Like, well, what about you? What about what you did? Oh, I'm very aware of what I did. And I'm going to tell you the wrong that I did. I did not put up boundaries. I gave and I gave and I gave whenever you demanded that I give. And I was not concerned about my own safety, about my own protection, about my own peace, God damn it. I wasn't concerned about my own peace. I was too busy being unpeaceful about the fact that people didn't like me. You don't have to like me, God damn it. You don't have to like me. But you will respect me. And I wish I would have said that. That would have been the ultimate. Hello, ladies and gents. It is Sydney Island here. That's Island with the Y, not an S. Yeah, so let's just jump right into the topic of the video. And this topic is, I have to say, it's not going to be an easy one. I had to get my cutesy little margarita, to assist me in talking about this topic. So I have made a couple of videos about me being the black sheep. I'm not sure if I kept those videos up or not. Dang, it's hot in here. Yeah, I haven't spoken to my siblings. I have 2 sisters, and I haven't spoken to them in over a year. The last time that I saw them was April of 2023, and it's now August of 2024. The last time I saw them and spoke to them was April of 2023, a little bit before my birthday, April 30, Taurus. So this is a video talking about how I feel about that and how that has benefited me and how it has, provoked even worse feelings, which is feelings of hurt. I feel like the reason why I make these videos is because, well, I need a therapist. And secondly, because I really like to make content that people can relate to and content that, people can feel uplifted through, where they can watch my videos and they can be like, wow, like I'm going through that same dang thing. Like, that's crazy. Because I know how it feels to meet people in person or watch people online that are going through the same thing that I'm going through. It makes me feel like I'm not alone. So this is for people who don't really get along with their siblings. This video is really more so for those people. If you get along with your siblings and you want to watch this for whatever reason, maybe you got a friend who is at odds with their siblings and you want to give them some advice, based on someone who's in a similar situation, but you yourself have a hard time relating. Hey, this is the video for you. So I'm going to start off by saying that I am the middle child. And if you're the middle child, you know how rough it is. Now, I know everybody who's a middle child is not the same, but I've been seeing like a plethora of comedy skits on like TikTok and YouTube, making fun of how the middle child is like overlooked and stuff like that. If I can find some funny TikTok videos about that, I will definitely insert them in this video.
They left without me. They do this every year. Why? Doesn't anyone love me?
I'm the oldest child. Of course everything gets blamed on me.
I'm the middle child. Of course.
I'm the youngest child. Of course my parents spoiled me the most. I'm the oldest child. Of course I get everything first.
I'm the middle child. Of course.
I'm the youngest child. Of course I'm the favorite one. I'm the oldest child. Of course I'm the most traumatized. I'm the youngest child. Of course I get away with everything.
Wait, guys, can I talk to you about something? What's going on, you guys? Like, why you keep cutting me off?
What are you talking about? I'm not cutting you off.
You're in it. You're in the video, all of it.
No, I'm pretty sure you guys are cutting me off, though.
No, I think it's on your head.
Yeah.
All right, sweetheart, it's time for dinner. Awesome, I'm starving. Honey, it's dinner time. Let's go. Let's go! Food! Wow, Mom, this dinner is really good. Yes, Mother, this looks splendid. Thank you, guys. I worked really hard on this. Hey, Mom, can you... Whoa! Are you guys eating dinner without me? Oh, sorry, sweetheart. I must have forgotten about you. Figured.
And every time I see it, I relate. Now, every time I do videos about like personal stuff, it's always hard for me because I'm always I'm an overthinker. So I'm always like shifting through my thoughts, like, should I say that? Is it okay if I mention that? Is it okay? Because I'm always trying to, I know I shouldn't, protect the people involved, protect the people that are part of the story. Because even though my siblings hurt me to my core, I still love them and I still want to protect them, even though there's a part of me that feels like, girl, why? They really don't deserve it. And I hate to really say that on camera. I hate to really let those words come out of my mouth because it really shows the lack of healing that's taking place within myself. Don't get me wrong. I have healed. I have evolved. I have matured from that experience, but I'm still angry. I'm still angry at them. And what sparked this video is that something happened in my family that changes things. It always changes things, and it's a death in the family. I just found out yesterday that my aunt passed away. And I was never super close with her, but I did used to spend nights at her place when I was a kid, when we was in Baltimore, and that's where she passed away, which is in Baltimore. And it just, my mom lives alone. She's an older woman who lives alone, and her going through mourning by herself, I got really nervous. And I said something that, I was really surprised I was about to say, but I said, can I have my sister's numbers, because they live in the same city as my mom, and they're the only ones that have like close contact with my mom. And so I'm like, can you please give me their number? Which is crazy because I deleted their number because I was done with them. And so I'm like, could you give me their number? This is just for you, Mom, because I'm concerned about you. You're living alone. You're mourning. This could affect your health. You're an older woman. And it really just made me realize, like, wow, it's really been that long since I've talked to my siblings. And I'm still mad. And I don't like that. Like, I'm disappointed in myself for not coping better. But then at the same time, fuck that. Because the whole thing that went down with my siblings was a very traumatic experience for me. And who's to say how a person should and shouldn't feel in regards to their own trauma? When my sisters made me feel betrayed, after, I don't want to go into the details about it, I'm off at college. I'm trying to live my best life. And here you are messaging me. We ain't even in the same city. I'm off at college trying to pursue my career. I'm trying to get a degree. And here you are, bitter, just bitter, and trying to bring me down while I'm off at school. And they all would do it at different times in my life. I'm bored. What's Sydney's doing? Let me shoot her a long essay about all the things that I don't like about her. Let me send her a long message, just disturbing my peace. Let me bring up the past. Let me try to instill this doubt in her. That was the main theme. And I don't want to go too deep into everything because just talking about it is triggering for me. Because when you go through a situation where you're like the black sheep and everybody treats you like you're the problem child or something is wrong with you, simply because you're a people pleaser and not because you're actually a mean person, that is hard to process. It's hard to go through. And so I have not been processing it very well. Like, I'm still so angry to the point where my therapist directed me to anger management classes. Because that anger trickled out to coworkers and ex-boyfriends and just holding on to grudges against other people and just being angry. Because I'd be thinking to myself, they just treat me like my family. And in many instances, they was. because I'm too nice. And so now I'm on this journey of being like, and thanks to my sisters, I feel like I can't be nice. Because if you're going to pour your heart out to your siblings and they're going to turn around and be like, they're going to cry with you and act like that they really care and it's really a whole just an act. And then as soon as they get the opportunity, well, really they didn't get it's like they created these opportunities to paint me as the villain. If you watch videos on YouTube, which is what I've been doing about narcissistic abuse, which is people who need a supply. They need a person that's going to instantly feel guilty as soon as they want them to feel guilty. And that was me. I instantly would feel guilty as soon as my family wanted me to, because I felt I needed to please them. I felt that I needed to be a certain way for them. I was naive and delusional and stupid. Cindy, you don't need to please anybody. You are who you are. And I really wish that I could go back to my younger self and say, and just tell myself, just tell them to leave you alone. But for some reason, that would have ended everything. Had I just said, leave me alone, stop harassing me. And it wasn't because I was a mean or vicious person. It was because I was a people pleaser. And they saw me as an easy target. I gotta pee. I just wish that, I don't know. Let me not even wish for anything, because everything happens for a reason. It's just that when a death in the family happens, it really puts things into perspective for you. But it still doesn't stop me from feeling the ways that I feel about them, because they really had my mind in a hold, and they really had me convinced that I needed them and that they were more responsible than me and that they were smarter than me. They always had to beat it into me that they were better than me in some kind of way. And it was a subconscious feeling of jealousy coming from them. It was just a subconscious feeling of, how could she go through all this? How could she go through, staying in homeless shelters and just wandering out there on the streets and not having nowhere to go and staying with this random stranger? And how could she go through all of that and come back home still happy, still with a smile on her face, even stronger than she was when she left? That was a mystery to them. And they hated that. They hated that I could not be broken, because all they wanted was to break me down to pieces. It was like they were on a mission to make sure that I did not believe in myself, to make sure that I did not see the good in myself, to make sure that the only good that I could see in anybody was the good in them, not in myself. And so watching videos of having a narcissistic family, watching all those videos have been like massively healing for me, because the root of it really is that I was an empath, and I was always like, I'm sorry, what do you need me to do to fix it? And they loved that. They ate it up. I mean, my God, it was like a demonic spirit of consumerism. Ready to just suck away at anything I would give them. And if I didn't give it, they would seek it out. Come into my space and say, hey, do you want help? I'll help you. And then as soon as I actually accept the help, they'll use that help that they gave me against me. I knew you was trifling. I knew you was selfish. Why'd you take this money from me when I offered it to you in the first place? And I remember saying verbatim, when my sister offered to lend me money, I do not want to treat you like a walking bank. And she insisted on multiple occasions, take this money. I want to help. I've built up everything. I've built it up to where I can help people, and I want to help. As soon as I accepted the help, that's where I screwed up at. Because then she was like, I got her. And then she gossiped to everybody. City took money from me. And I didn't take it. Like I said, stealing, you offered it. And I was struggling, so I accepted. And the biggest lesson that I have to learn is, and I mentioned this in a video that I made about a couple weeks ago about me letting go of toxic friendships. I recommend y'all checking those videos out. I mentioned that I keep having to relearn this lesson of, I have to keep learning this lesson that if a person is consistently trying to bring you down, yet they're offering you help, that help is not real help. It is like signing a contract with the devil. It's a disingenuous help. And my therapist helped me through this. Because I mentioned to my therapist, I'm like, how come people in my life, you know, they help me, and then all of a sudden it's like as soon as I don't do what they want, or as soon as something happens, then all of a sudden they just desert me or they turn against me. You know, why is my sisters like this? You know, they say, I'll help you. And then as soon as they find something that they can use against me, they use it against me. And then they throw the fact that they helped me over my head. They love to do that. Like, for an example, I was having severe chest pain, and then my ex, he was mad because my health was an inconvenience to him. And then he tried to send me to a homeless shelter. And it's like, I thought you cared about me. And then my therapist told me, it's like, you know, when stuff like that happens, they're showing you their true colors. And he was pretty much, and that was huge. That was vast clarity for me, because I really needed that. Because I was confused about why I would be so giving and so kind to these people, and they would act like that they wanted to help me, and then all of a sudden they would be pissed because I was having an asthma attack. I've had somebody go be pissed at me because I was having an asthma attack, and it was an inconvenience to her because she wanted to go to sleep. And I was having chest pain, and it was an inconvenience to him because he wanted to go to sleep. And this is real life, actual health crises. Like, I've had chest pain, asthma issues, and if y'all don't believe me, let me get my asthma inhaler. Shoot, what is that? Well, okay, here's one. If y'all don't believe me, I really do have asthma. I ain't lying. And why is it that these people help me, and then all of a sudden they just they just split, like snap of a finger, and all of a sudden they just don't care about me at all. And I asked my therapist, and he was like, well, they're just showing you their true colors. They're just showing you their true intentions when they did offer the help. And it was massive clarity for me, because I'm like, I know I'm taking this margarita back to the throat, girl. But it was like, okay, all those people really just didn't care about me. He pretty much was saying that they just really did not care about you, Sydney. They were acting. They were disingenuous. And whenever I make these videos, I always feel like I need to, because of what I've been through and because of all the mind F-U-C-K that I've been through, I always need to be like, but I'm not perfect. There's two sides to every story, because that's what certain family members would always say to me. Like, well, what about you? What about what you did? Oh, I'm very aware of what I did. And I'm going to tell you the wrong that I did. I did not put up boundaries. I gave and I gave and I gave whenever you demanded that I give. And I was not concerned about my own safety, about my own protection, about my own peace, goddammit. I wasn't concerned about my own peace. I was too busy being unpeaceful about the fact that people didn't like me. You don't have to like me, goddammit. You don't have to like me. But you will respect me. And I wish I would have said that. That would have been the ultimate. Like, it would have saved my. I would have been free from the abuse, man. And this is abuse. And the people that abuse you, they would always tell you that it's not abuse and that you're being dramatic and that you're making it up. You didn't go through that. You're just dramatic. We didn't do that. But you did do it. You did it. And I felt the pain. And maybe I should get over it, because it's been a year and almost a year and a half. Maybe I should get over it. But at the end of the day, what do you do when you know you're being honest? You know this is the truth. You know this is your story. And everybody, you know, the people that abused you, the people that you grew up with, they tell you that never happened. I didn't hurt you. You're just dramatic. You're just not perceiving the situation correctly. Now, I'm perceiving the situation very correctly. I've gotten therapy for it. I've researched it. But I know I need work, because I'm still upset. And it takes time to heal. It really does, you know. And that's something that I struggle with, because I didn't realize how much time and space it takes to heal from trauma. I mean, when I tell y'all, my whole reality was flipped upside down the day that I left home. And I'm even hesitant. I hesitated to really give details because I'm trying to protect all parties involved, even though they didn't care to protect me. I never want to come on camera and try to portray myself to be a saint, because I'm definitely not perfect. The things I did wrong with my sisters, guess what I did? I apologized, because I'm not perfect. I apologized. I said, I'm sorry for being trifling. I'm sorry that I was irresponsible. I'm sorry that I neglected to take care of that, and I left you with that. I'm sorry. And they did not want to accept it. I apologized and apologized and apologized. And a lot of times I was apologizing for things that I didn't even do wrong. It's just that they just kept demanding it. So I was like, okay, here, if you want it here. Okay. Because I was a people pleaser. They didn't mistreat me because I was a bad person. Oh, they knew that I was a good person. Trust and believe. They knew. They mistreated me because they knew that they could get away with it. But not a day goes by that I don't think about them with love and with deep, deep disappointment. So I haven't spoken to my siblings in about 1.5 years. And I am glad, because I've needed the space. I've needed to develop my identity outside of their condemnation and chronic criticism. I've needed to free myself. I've really needed to free myself. And I have felt free. I've definitely felt free, but I've also still felt imprisoned internally, because I've been feeling imprisoned from the hurt, the grudge. I'm not perfect. I held on to a grudge. And in the Bible, it says that we should not hold on to a grudge. And I've read the Bible. I've tried to let it go. I've prayed, and I still haven't let go of the grudge. That's on me. That's my flaw. And I'm still working on it every day. But not a day goes by that I don't feel just exceedingly angry at them. Like, this is how you treat your family? This is how you treat a sister that was out there on the streets with her bags, walking around the parking lot of a hotel with nowhere to go. 25 years old, 113 pounds at the time. I weighed a lot less then because I was hungry and struggling. And they knew about that. I told them about most of it. Yet and still, after pouring my heart out and them crying with me, they turned around and tried to just make me feel even more ostracized over gossip. And what is the root of gossip? Lies. Somebody told you that I said this, and they took it completely out of context. So now you view me as a villain. When in reality, all I was doing was standing up for myself against more verbal abuse, because I was tired of it. I'm in a hotel and you don't know where I've been. And the only thing you can think of to do is send me a text message about something shallow and irrelevant, because you don't care about where I'm at. And I say, that's all you text? That's what you say to me when you haven't seen me? You haven't seen me for like 24 hours, 48 hours. I can't remember how long it was, but they hadn't seen me all day. And I was just so angry. That was my flaw. I was just trying to defend myself. You know, Sydney, you don't have to defend yourself against everybody. If you know you're right, don't say nothing at all. Or say, I know I'm right, and you can't change my mind, and walk away. But whatever you do, don't try to change a person's mind when they are adamant about hating you. I used to try to change their mind about how they felt about me, but they were adamant. They were absolutely adamant about pitting me as the villain so that they can be comfortable, so they can comfortably, oh my God, Mercury retrograde, so they can comfortably play the victim. Blaming me for everything. Blaming me. Oh, I'm 30, over the age of 30, and I'm still living with my mom, and it's your fault, Sydney. And I have to say, in response to that, At the time I was 25, I say, I'm still here living with mom because of my decisions. And they take that as an attack. Oh my God, she's taking accountability. She's saying that I am problematic and I should have moved out at 25. Oh my God. All because I'm defending myself. That's why you gotta heal from that narcissistic abuse, because they will convince you that, they will poke at you and say the most inappropriate, vile, disgusting things like, I wish you were hit by a bus and I want to rip your hair out your head, and they will come into your room and destroy all your things. This is all things that happened to me, right? And then when you retaliate and you say, the way that you were speaking to me is disgusting. You stand up for yourself, and then they say, oh, how could you say that to me? After they literally just said awful things to you. You're not allowed to stand up for yourself. You're supposed to just sit there and open your mouth, and take the venom that I just spit out at you. Because that's all they're doing. They're vomiting on you. When you're the black sheep and they can't take accountability for where they are in life, and they say, you're the reason why I'm still living at home when I'm over the age of 30. You're still the reason why I don't have the money that I want. You're still the reason why I'm not married to the man of my dreams. And you're the reason why I'm sick. And you're the reason blah, 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 blah. Right? They're delusional, number one, because if you're an adult, no one is holding you against your freaking will. You can leave whenever you want. So the fact that it's somebody else's fault that you're somewhere when that person leaves consistently, and that person was struggling in homeless shelters, but it's my fault when I'm broke and living in a homeless shelter and I ain't got a dime and I ain't got a car, ain't got nothing, but it's my fault. And you ain't even talking to me. You ain't even, what? Nonsense, right? They're vomiting on you. And they're hoping that you don't realize that it's vomit. They say, oh, we're just disciplining you. This is what you need. You need our abuse because you're so flawed. You need our criticism. You need our opinion. And the reality of it is you don't. As a matter of fact, you'd be free. You'd be absolutely just so good without them. And that's one thing they do not want you to know. They know deep down inside that you would be better off without them. That you will be more peaceful, that you will be happier. But they don't want you to know that. They want to convince you that you are the reason for their lack of peace. But no, you are not. They are the reason for their lack of peace. They don't feel peace within because they're insecure. And they keep trying to build themselves up by trying to tear somebody else down. They feel that that's the only way that they can feel good about themselves, if they find an easy target and beat them over the head and say, you see how horrible you are in comparison to me? You see how imperfect you are in comparison to me? Because that's what it's always about with a narcissist. Me. Right? I'm suffering because of you. Even though the suffering that I'm going through, you had no idea about. They will do that. Heal from that narcissistic abuse, man, because it's evil. Narcissists are demonic. And can't nobody tell me differently. And narcissist is not innocent. They love to play the victim, though. They love to play innocent. I'm innocent. Oh, it's the empath. It's the sensitive one. It's the people pleaser that's hurting me. And because the people pleaser is naive and she's not aware of my game, I'm going to keep using her. And she's going to apologize because she's a people pleaser. She's going to apologize even though she did not do anything wrong. She's going to apologize, and that's going to send a signal to everyone around me, including myself, that she's wrong. When you keep apologizing, stop tripping on your words, girl. When you keep apologizing, it sends this signal that you are wrong. No, I kept apologizing because I was being the bigger person. I had the ability to be the bigger person. That's why I was apologizing. Not because I was weak, not because I was anything other than being the bigger person and just wanting to make amends because I did not want to fight. I didn't want to fight. I didn't want to argue. I'm like, please, I'm sorry. I don't even know what I did, but I'm sorry. You ain't do shit but exist in a way that rubs them the wrong way because they hate how that you exist so peacefully. They hate that you exist so gracefully. How could you go through all that and still be strong and confident? I wouldn't respond like that. I would have been so distraught and depressed, and I would have been trying to kill myself. You're stronger than me. You're supposed to be the weakling, but you're stronger. No, I gotta break you down. Be weak in the way that I want you to be. You're not weak. You're not weak. And they know that. but they're trying to manipulate you into believing that you are. Because if they can make you apologize and, oh, I'm so sorry. I got her. She really thinks that she's wrong. Stupid people-pleasing fool. I got her again. She really thinks that she is wrong. No, she's not wrong. She was just by herself living her life. And once again, I have played my game. I've whispered in everybody's ear, Sin is evil, Sin is evil, Sin used me, Sin did this, Sin manipulated me, Sin did this. And not once did I admit that I came to her first. So, this is my story. I haven't spoken to my siblings in over a year, and I've been battling inside with all the stuff they put me through. And they don't talk about it, y'all. They don't talk about how painful a sibling relationship can be. I mean, it dang near feel like a freaking divorce. If you're somebody that really cares about your siblings, somebody that really cares about your family, which that was me. I'm a Taurus. We don't play about family. But unfortunately, I had family that it wasn't really worth feeling those feelings of protection for. I was just deeply, deeply, deeply unappreciated. And my biggest mistake was staying and making them believe that they were right in mistreating me and harassing me and treating me like I didn't have boundaries and that I didn't deserve boundaries, which is even worse. The worst thing I did was lead them on to believing that they deserved to abuse me and that I deserved to receive the abuse. It was my biggest mistake. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, ladies and gentlemen. It's just such an uncomfortable but empowering but anxiety producing sad. It's a topic. It's a topic, and who knows? I may make more videos about this. I talked about a lot of stuff that I went through with a coworker, and after she heard everything, she suggested that I write an autobiography because I've been through so much, y'all. Y'all wouldn't even believe. I don't look like what I've been through. People oftentimes when they meet me, they be thinking I'm like 21 and I'm almost 30 because I look so young and my skin's so smooth. But I've been through so much. It's crazy that my skin looks so good to say that I've been through so much hell. It's crazy. But black don't crack. Black don't crack. All right, so give this video a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. I love you all, and thank you for just sitting and listening to me rant. Yeah, that was real. I need to let that out. I love you all. Love yourself. Love life. Bye.